My beloved soul, something is happening, and this message has found you for a reason you cannot afford to ignore. There are moments in time when heaven does not whisper, it speaks with thunder. This is one of those moments. Archangel Michael is stepping forward with a warning so urgent, so undeniable, that it pierces through every distraction, every doubt, every layer of hesitation you may feel right now. May 17th is not just another day. It is a line drawn in the spiritual realm, a moment that has already been set into motion, and what is coming cannot be stopped. Feel this deeply. If you are hearing these words, you were meant to. This is not coincidence. This is not random. Out of billions of people, this message reached you. That alone should tell you the gravity of what is unfolding. Archangel Michael is not sending this lightly. He is the protector, the warrior of divine truth, and when he speaks with this level of urgency, it means something irreversible is approaching. You may have sensed it already. A strange tension in the air. A feeling that something is shifting beneath the surface of your life. Perhaps things have felt uncertain, confusing, or even unsettling. That is not your imagination. The spiritual realm hath been moving, aligning, preparing for what is about to take place. And now, the time of waiting is ending. There is a reason the message says, this cannot be stopped. It is because what is coming is not controlled by human hands. It is divinely orchestrated. No delay, no denial, no distraction can prevent it. This is why the warning is so serious. Ignoring it does not make it disappear. Turning away from it does not protect you. In fact, it places you in a position where you are unprepared for the truth that is about to be revealed. And here is what makes this even more intense. This is not just about the world around you. This is about you. Your life. Your path. Your decisions. Something is about to surface. Something that has been hidden. Something that will demand your attention whether you are ready or not. And in that moment, the difference between clarity and confusion, between strength and fear, will depend on whether you listened or whether you ignored this call. Archangel Michael is reaching out not to create fear, but to awaken you. There is a difference. Fear traps you, but awakening prepares you. Right now, you are being given a chance, a rare, powerful chance to open your eyes before everything shifts. Many will overlook this. Many will scroll past, dismiss it, or laugh it off. But those who truly feel this message, those who feel that pull deep in their spirit, they know this is not a joke. Time is moving quickly now. The closer we get to May 17th, the stronger this energy will become. You will begin to notice signs, signals, and moments that feel too precise to be coincidence. Do not ignore them. Do not brush them aside. This is your moment to become aware, to stay alert, to listen carefully. Because what is about to happen will not wait for anyone. And the question is no longer if it will happen. The question is, will you be ready? Listen closely, because what you are about to understand goes far beyond an ordinary calendar date. May 17th carries a spiritual weight that has been building quietly, almost invisibly, beneath the surface of your daily life. This is not just a moment in time. It is Arabic noon, Arabic half, Arabic tot, Arabic tetma Buddha of alignment, a divine intersection where unseen forces converge to release something that has been held back until now. Archangel Michael reveals that this date has been marked long before you ever became aware of it, written into the fabric of spiritual timing with precision and purpose. You may be wondering why this specific day holds such power. The answer is not found in human logic, but in divine orchestration. There are cycles in the spiritual realm, patterns that repeat and build until they reach a breaking point. May 17th represents that breaking point. It is the moment when what has been hidden can no longer remain concealed, when what has been delayed can no longer be postponed. It is a release, a shift, that hath been prepared carefully, step by step, through events, choices, and energies aligning in perfect sequence. Think back over the past few weeks, or even months. Have you felt a growing sense of pressure, as if something in your life is pushing you toward change? Perhaps situations have become more intense, relationships more revealing, or emotions more difficult to ignore. This is not SLUCHAKIN or Este Yuri. These are early signals, subtle indicators that something larger is unfolding. Archangel Michael hath been watching, guiding, and protecting, even when you were unaware. He has been positioning you, preparing your spirit so that you would not be completely caught off guard when this moment arrives. There is also a deeper layer to this date, one that touches your personal journey. May 17th is not just about external events. It is about internal awakening. Something within you is being called forward. A truth you may have avoided, a realization you were not ready to face, or a decision you kept postponing. All of it is coming into focus. This is why the message feels so intense. It is not only about what is happening around you, but what is happening within you. The spiritual realm does not operate randomly. Every shift, every revelation, every moment of clarity is timed with intention. Archangel Michael emphasizes that by the time May 17th arrives, the process will already be in motion. In fact, it has already begun. What you are experiencing right now is the lead-up, the quiet before the undeniable change. And the closer you move toward that date, the more undeniable the signs will become. You might start noticing patterns that repeat, messages that seem to find you at the right moment, or an inner voice growing stronger and harder to ignore. Pay attention to that voice. That is not fear speaking. It is awareness awakening. It is the part of you that recognizes truth even before your mind fully understands it. There is also a sense of urgency attached to this revelation. Not because you need to panic, but because you need to be present. Too often, people miss critical moments because they are distracted, disconnected, or unwilling to look deeper. Archangel Michael is urging you not to fall into that pattern. Stay aware. Stay grounded. Stay open to what is being shown to you. Because when May 17th arrives, it will not ask for permission. It will not wait for you to feel ready. It will simply unfold exactly as it hath been destined to. And in that unfolding, there will be a moment, a defining moment, where everything becomes clear. The question is, will you recognize it when it happens? Or will you look back and realize you were being prepared all along but chose not to see it? Hear this with full attention, because the moment Archangel Michael has been warning about is no longer approaching. It has already begun to unfold. What you are witnessing now is not the beginning, but the continuation of something set into motion long ago. The phrase "cannot be stopped" is not symbolic. It is literal. This is a divine release, a chain of events that has crossed the point of no return. And whether people are aware of it or not, whether they believe it or dismiss it, the movement has already started. There is a shift happening between what is hidden and what is revealed. Things that were carefully concealed, truths that were buried beneath layers of silence, and situations that seemed stable on the surface are beginning to crack. You may start to notice it in subtle ways at first, small inconsistencies, unexpected revelations, or sudden changes in people's behavior. But do not mistake subtlety for weakness. These are the first signs of something much greater breaking through. Archangel Michael is standing as a guardian during this moment, not to stop what is coming, but to protect those who are willing to see it clearly. There is a difference between being caught in chaos and being guided through it. And that difference is awareness. Right now, awareness is your greatest protection. When you are aware, you are not easily shaken. When you are aware, you can respond instead of react. And when you are aware, you can recognize truth even when it arrives in unexpected ways. What is unfolding carries both spiritual and personal impact. On a spiritual level, there is a cleansing taking place. Falsehood cannot survive in the presence of truth, and what hath been built on unstable foundations will begin to fall away. This may feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming at times, because change often disrupts what feels familiar. But understand this: what is being removed was never meant to remain. It only stayed hidden until the right moment arrived. On a personal level, this shift may come closer than you expect. It may touch your relationships, your environment, or even your understanding of certain people or situations. You might find yourself seeing things differently, noticing details you once overlooked, or realizing that something you trusted is not what it seemed. This is not meant to harm you. This is meant to wake you up. There is also an emotional intensity attached to this moment. You may feel a surge of emotions, confusion, clarity, even a strange sense of urgency. Do not push those feelings away. They are signals. They are part of the awakening process that Archangel Michael is guiding you through. Ignoring them would be like ignoring a warning light that is trying to protect you. And here is where the message becomes even more serious. Those who choose to ignore this shift, who refuse to see what is being revealed, may find themselves overwhelmed when the full truth surfaces. Not because the truth is harmful, but because resistance creates shock. When you are unprepared, even clarity can feel like chaos. But when you are prepared, even sudden change can feel like direction. This is why you are being told now. This is why the message carries such urgency. You are being given the opportunity to stand in awareness before everything fully unfolds. You are being invited to align yourself with truth before it becomes undeniable. Right now, pause and reflect. Think about what in your life has felt uncertain, what has raised quiet questions in your mind, what you may have sensed but never fully acknowledged. That is where this shift may begin for you. That is where the first layer of truth may reveal itself. Do not look away. Do not dismiss what you feel. Archangel Michael is not speaking to the surface of your life. He is speaking to the deepest part of your spirit, the part that already knows something is changing. Because this is not just an event. This is a turning point, and it has already begun. Type "I am ready for truth" in the comments if you feel this message deep within you. Blessing code 739 has just been released. And as this truth begins to rise, understand this: your response matters more than ever. When you choose to stand in alignment with what is being revealed, you are not only protecting your own path, you are becoming a vessel of light for others who are still lost in confusion. This mission does not move forward alone. It expands through those who hear, believe, and act. I feel called to act, to help this message reach the souls who are still searching in darkness. When you release your support through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link placed in every video description and QR code, you are sowing into a divine harvest. The word says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a verse. It is a living promise speaking directly to you now. Do not hesitate in this moment. What you give becomes light in someone else's night. What you release becomes a river that carries truth to those who need it most. Heaven sees your obedience, and blessings are already being prepared in response. Step into this moment with faith. Act with purpose. and release what hath been placed in your heart to give. There are forces moving right now that your physical eyes cannot see, yet their influence is shaping everything around you. This is where many people become confused, because they try to understand a spiritual shift using only logic. But Archangel Michael is revealing that what is unfolding is not limited to the visible world. There is a deeper layer, a hidden current of divine activity, and it is operating with precision, purpose, and authority. You must understand this clearly. There is a battle taking place, not one of chaos, but one of truth against illusion. For a long time, certain things have remained hidden, protected by silence, deception, or simply by the unwillingness of people to look deeper. But now, those coverings are being lifted. The hidden forces that once allowed these things to remain concealed are losing their hold, and in their place, divine truth is rising with undeniable strength. Archangel Michael stands at the center of this shift as a warrior of light. His presence is not passive. He is actively involved, cutting through confusion, breaking through barriers, and guarding those who are open to receiving clarity. This is not symbolic. It is a real spiritual intervention. When truth begins to rise, resistance often follows, but Michael's role is to ensure that truth is not overcome by fear or deception. You may begin to sense this battle in subtle ways. Moments where something feels off, where your intuition speaks louder than usual, or where situations suddenly reveal layers you did not notice before. These are not random experiences. They are signs that the unseen is becoming seen. The veil between what is hidden and what is known is becoming thinner, and you are being given glimpses of what lies beneath. Here is also a reason why this feels intense. Whenever truth confronts illusion, there is a moment of destruction. It can feel uncomfortable, even unsettling, because it challenges what once felt stable. But Archangel Michael wants you to understand that this discomfort is not a sign of danger. It is a sign of transformation. It means something false is losing its power over you. At the same time, there are forces that resist this change. Not everything welcomes the light. There are patterns, influences, and energies that thrive in confusion and secrecy. As truth rises, these forces attempt to create doubt, distraction, and fear. You might notice this as sudden uncertainty, second-guessing your intuition, or feeling pulled away from what you know deep down to be real. This is where your awareness becomes critical. You are not powerless in this moment. In fact, your awareness is your strength. When you recognize what is happening, you are no longer easily influenced by confusion. When you stay grounded in truth, you are not easily shaken by fear. Archangel Michael is guiding you to stand firm, to trust what is being revealed to you, even if it does not yet make complete sense. There is also protection being offered to you during this time. This is important to understand. You are not being left to face this shift alone. Michael's presence is not just about revealing truth. It is about shielding those who are aligned with it. When you choose awareness over denial, when you choose clarity over avoidance, you place yourself under that protection. But protection does not mean avoidance of change. It means guidance through it. It means being led instead of lost. It means seeing clearly instead of being caught off guard. And right now, that guidance is available to you in a way that is direct and powerful. You may also notice that certain people or situations begin to distance themselves from your life. This is not sluchakakino. When truth rises, it naturally separates what is aligned from what is not. This can feel emotional, even confusing, but it is part of the process. What is not meant to continue cannot remain when clarity takes hold. Trust this process even if it feels unfamiliar. Trust that what is being revealed is happening for a reason. And most importantly, trust that you are being guided through it, not abandoned within it. Because behind everything that is unfolding, there is a divine order, a structure that ensures that what needs to be exposed will be exposed, and what needs to be strengthened will be strengthened. And you are standing right in the middle of it. There is a question rising quietly within you, even if you have not spoken it out loud. Why me? Out of so many voices, so many messages, so much noise in the world, why did this one reach you? Why did it stop you, hold your attention, and stir something deeper inside your spirit? Archangel Michael is answering that question now with clarity and purpose. You were not randomly selected. You were spiritually positioned. There is a difference between hearing and recognizing. Many people may come across similar words, but they will not feel what you are feeling. They will not sense the weight, the urgency, the truth behind it. What you do. And that is because something within you is already aligned with what is being revealed. This alignment did not happen overnight. It has been forming over time, through your experiences, your struggles, your questions, and even your moments of doubt. Think back to the challenges you have faced, the moments when things did not make sense, when you felt tested, when you were forced to grow in ways you did not expect. Those moments were not Hesel Huchea Hikaki or Este Yuri. They were preparation. They were shaping your awareness, strengthening your discernment, and teaching you to listen beyond the surface. Without those experiences, this message might have passed you by unnoticed. But now, you are able to feel it, to recognize that there is something real here. Archangel Michael is revealing that you are part of a smaller group of people who are being awakened at this specific time. Not because you are perfect, and not because you have all the answers, but because you are willing to see. You are willing to question, to feel, to look deeper instead of turning away. That willingness is what sets you apart in this moment. There is also a responsibility that comes with this awareness. Being chosen to hear is not just about receiving information. It is about what you do with it. You are being called to stay alert, to remain grounded, and to act with clarity when the moment arrives. This does not mean you need to have everything figured out right now. It means you need to stay connected to what you are sensing, to trust your inner guidance, and to not ignore what is being shown to you. You may also notice that not everyone around you understands what you are feeling. Some people may seem completely unaware, even dismissive of anything beyond what they can see or touch. This can create a sense of isolation, as if you are standing in a different awareness than those around you. But Archangel Michael wants you to know that this is part of the process. Awakening often begins individually before it becomes collective. Do not let that isolation make you doubt yourself. Instead, let it strengthen your connection to truth. You are not meant to follow the crowd in this moment. You are meant to stand in awareness, even if it feels unfamiliar. Because when the shift fully unfolds, those who are aware will become anchors for those who are not. There is also something very personal about this message for you. This is not just about a global or external event. It is about a turning point in your own life. Something that has been building. Something that has been waiting for the right moment to come into focus. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel that something is changing. That feeling is your confirmation. That sense of anticipation, that quiet knowing, that pull you cannot fully explain, that is your spirit recognizing what is coming. Archangel Michael is using that inner connection to guide you, to prepare you, and to keep you aligned with what is true. You are not being asked to be fearless. You are being asked to be aware. There is a difference. Fear can exist, but it does not have to control you. Awareness allows you to move through uncertainty with clarity, to face what is revealed without losing your balance. And here is something you must not forget. Being chosen does not mean being alone. Even if others around you do not understand, you are still supported. You are still guided. You are still under divine watch as this moment approaches. So instead of asking, "Why me?" begin to understand the deeper truth. You were chosen because you are ready to see. You were chosen because you are willing to listen. And you were chosen because when the moment arrives, you have the ability to recognize it for what it truly is. This is not sluchakakien or este yuri. This is purpose. There is a quiet danger in moments like this, and it does not come from what is about to happen. It comes from the choice to ignore it. Archangel Michael is not only revealing what is unfolding, but also warning you about the cost of turning away. Because when truth is presented and dismissed, it does not disappear. It simply arrives later, louder, and often with consequences that feel overwhelming. Ignoring a warning does not stop the event. It only removes your preparation for it. This is where many people find themselves shaken, not because the situation is impossible to face, but because they refuse to see it coming. They remain distracted, comfortable in what felt familiar, until the moment of change forced itself into their awareness. And by then, what could have been understood calmly becomes chaotic and difficult to process. Archangel Michael is showing you that this is not meant to happen to you. You are being given clarity now so that you do not experience confusion later. But that clarity only works if you choose to receive it. Awareness is a decision. It is not a matter. You can feel this message, sense its urgency, and still choose to push it aside. And that is where the real danger begins. There is also a deeper layer to this warning. Ignoring what is being revealed can create a kind of internal conflict. You may begin to feel tension within yourself, a sense that something is not right, even if you cannot fully explain it. This happens because part of you recognizes the truth, while another part tries to avoid it. That inner division can lead to stress, doubt, and a feeling of being unsettled. But when you face what is being shown to you, even if it feels uncomfortable, the tension begins to dissolve. Clarity replaces confusion. Direction replaces uncertainty. And what once felt overwhelming begins to make sense. This is why Archangel Michael is urging you not to look away. Not because he wants to create fear, but because he wants to prevent unnecessary struggle. There is also the reality that some opportunities only appear once. Moments of awareness, moments of realization, moments where everything becomes clear. They do not always repeat themselves in the same way. If you ignore them, you may still encounter the truth later, but without the same level of preparation or understanding. And that difference can change how you experience what is coming. You may be thinking, what if I am overreacting? What if this is not as serious as it feels? That thought itself is part of the resistance. It is the mind trying to return to comfort, to avoid stepping into the unknown. But deep down, beneath that doubt, there is a quieter voice. A steady, undeniable sense that something about this is real. That is the voice you need to trust. Archangel Michael is not asking you to panic. He is asking you to pay attention. There is a difference between fear and awareness. Fear clouds your judgment, but awareness sharpens it. Fear makes you freeze, but awareness helps you prepare. And right now, preparation is what matters most. You might also notice that distractions are increasing. Situations that pull your focus away, conversations that seem to lead you off track, or even a sudden urge to dismiss what you have been feeling. These are not sluchakakien or este yuri. When a significant moment approaches, distraction often follows. It is easier to ignore something important when your attention is scattered. This is why you must remain grounded. Stay present with what you feel. Do not let temporary distractions pull you away from something that carries lasting importance. Because once the moment arrives, there will be no pause, no delay, no chance to go back and prepare in the same way. There is also an emotional aspect to ignoring this warning. When truth finally reveals itself, those who resisted it often feel regret. Not because they were wrong, but because they realized they had the chance to understand earlier. They had the opportunity to be ready, but chose not to take it. And that realization can be heavier than the truth itself. But that does not have to be your experience. You are here now. You are hearing this now. And that means you still have the chance to stand in awareness before everything fully unfolds. Do not underestimate the importance of this moment. Do not convince yourself that you have more time than you do. Because time is moving, whether you acknowledge it or not. Archangel Michael's message is clear. This is serious. Not to frighten you, but to wake you. Because once the truth stands fully in front of you, the only question that will matter is this: did you listen or did you ignore the warning? There are always signs before a major shift, but most people miss them because they expect something loud, obvious, and undeniable from the very beginning. Archangel Michael is revealing that the signs leading up to May 17th are already appearing, but they are subtle enough that only those who are truly aware will recognize them. These signs are not demonetized or demonetized. They are signals, carefully placed moments meant to prepare you for what is coming. One of the first signs you may notice is a change within yourself. It may feel like a heightened sense of awareness, as if your intuition is becoming sharper. Thoughts that once felt unclear are now becoming more direct. You may find yourself questioning things you once accepted without hesitation. This is not confusion. It is awakening. It is your inner guidance system becoming more active, more alert, more aligned with truth. Alongside this, there may be an increase in emotional intensity. Feelings that you have pushed aside or ignored may suddenly rise to the surface. This can feel overwhelming at times, but it serves a purpose. Emotions are not just reactions. They are indicators. They reveal what is out of balance, what needs attention, and what can no longer remain hidden. Archangel Michael is allowing these emotions to surface so that you can face them before the larger shift takes place. You may also begin to notice patterns repeating in your life. Conversations that seem familiar, situations that feel like they are circling back, or messages that appear in different forms but carry the same meaning. Pay attention to these patterns. When something repeats, it is not demonetized or demonetized. It is emphasis. It is a way of making sure you do not overlook something important. Another sign comes through your environment and the people around you. You might see changes in behavior, unexpected truths being revealed, or sudden shifts in relationships. People may act differently, say things that surprise you, or show sides of themselves you had not noticed before. This is part of the unveiling. When truth begins to rise, it does not stay contained. It starts to reveal itself through the actions and words of those around you. There is also a quieter sign that many overlook, a sense of urgency that you cannot fully explain. It is not panic, but it is not calm either. It is a feeling that something needs your attention, that something is approaching even if you cannot yet see it clearly. This inner urgency is one of the most important signals. It is your spirit recognizing what your mind has not fully processed yet. You may even experience changes in your dreams or moments of deep reflection. Thoughts may come to you when you are alone, insights that seem to appear without effort. These are not random. They are part of the preparation, Archangel Michael often communicates through subtle impressions, guiding your awareness gently but consistently. At the same time, there may be distractions trying to pull you away from noticing these signs. You might feel tempted to dismiss what you sense, to focus on surface-level concerns, or to convince yourself that you are overthinking. This is where many people lose their awareness. They see the signs, but they do not take them seriously. They feel something, but they choose to ignore it. Do not make that mistake. Every sign you are experiencing is building toward a moment of clarity. They are like pieces of a puzzle that will only fully make sense when the picture is complete. But if you ignore the pieces, the full image may feel sudden and overwhelming when it appears. Archangel Michael is not asking you to interpret everything perfectly. He's asking you to stay aware. Notice what is changing. Notice what is repeating. Notice what feels different, even if you cannot explain why. Because those small moments of awareness are what will prepare you for the larger shift. There is also a sense of timing connected to these signs. They will become stronger, more frequent, and more noticeable as May 17th approaches. What feels subtle now may become undeniable later. But the earlier you recognize them, the more prepared you will be. You are not being left in the dark. You are being guided step by step. Every sign is a form of communication, a way of bringing you closer to understanding what is about to unfold. So stay alert. Stay present. And most importantly, trust what you feel, even if it does not yet make complete sense. Because the signs are not random. They are leading you to the moment where everything becomes clear. There comes a moment when everything that has been building beneath the surface finally rises into full view. Archangel Michael is revealing that May 17th is not just a continuation of signs or feelings. It is the Arabic noon, Arabic half, Arabic hot, Arabic Tetma Buddha, where everything shifts from hidden to visible, from uncertain to undeniable. This is the moment where the weight of everything you have sensed, everything you have questioned, and everything you have felt begins to make sense all at once. This change will not arrive quietly for everyone. For some, it will feel sudden, like a realization that appears without warning. For others, it will feel like confirmation, as if something they already sensed is finally being proven true. But regardless of how it appears, the impact will be the same. Clarity will replace confusion, and truth will no longer be something you have to search for. It will stand directly in front of you. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this moment is not slucha ikaki en or este yuri. It is the result of everything aligning exactly as it was meant to. Every sign you noticed, every feeling you could not explain, every subtle shift you experienced, this is where it all leads. And when it happens, you will recognize it. There will be no doubt, no second guessing. You will be clear. There is also a powerful emotional release connected to this moment. When truth reveals itself, it often brings a mix of feelings. You may feel relief because something finally makes sense. You may feel shocked because the reality is stronger than you expected. You may even feel a sense of urgency, as if you need to respond quickly. All of these reactions are natural. They are part of what it means to experience a true shift. For some, this moment will involve the exposure of something that was hidden. It could be a truth about a situation, a person, or even something within yourself. What once felt uncertain will no longer be unclear. And while this may feel intense, it is also necessary. Because what is built on truth can move forward, while what is built on illusion cannot continue. For others, this moment will feel like a decision point. You may be faced with a choice that you can no longer delay. Something you have been avoiding or postponing will require your attention. And in that moment, your awareness will guide you. This is why everything leading up to now have been so important. You have been prepared to recognize what is right for you. Archangel Michael's presence during this shift is not distant. He is active. He stands as a protector of clarity, ensuring that those who are willing to see are not left in confusion. If you have stayed aware, if you have paid attention to the signs, this moment will not overwhelm you. It will guide you. It will direct you toward what needs to change and what needs to remain. There is also a separation that occurs during moments like this. Not everything will move forward with you. Some things will naturally fall away. Relationships, habits, beliefs, or situations that are no longer aligned with truth. This may feel difficult at first, but it is part of the process. What is real will remain. What is not will fade. You must also understand that this moment is not the end. It is a turning point. It is the beginning of a new level of clarity in your life. What you do with that clarity will shape what comes next. This is why awareness and readiness matter so much. They allow you to step into this moment with strength instead of confusion. As May 17th arrives, do not look for something dramatic in the way you expect. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the ones that happen within, in a single realization that shifts everything. Stay present. Stay grounded. And most importantly, stay open to what is being revealed. Because once this moment passes, things will not return to the way they were. They will move forward from here. Type "I accept the shift" in the comments if you are ready to step into this moment. Blessing code 864 has just been released. And as this moment of change opens before you, understand that your response is not only personal, it is part of something greater. When you choose to stand in truth, you help create a path for others to find their way as well. This message does not stop with you. It flows through you. I feel led to act in this moment, to help carry this light further so that those who are still unaware can receive it in time. When you release your support through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description and QR code, you are planting a seed into a divine mission. The word speaks, "Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy," and this is that moment of sowing. Do not hold back what has been placed on your heart. What you give becomes a channel through which truth reaches someone who desperately needs it. Your action today is not small, it is prophetic. Step forward with faith. Release your offering, and allow what you give to multiply in ways you may never fully see, but heaven will always record. Even as everything begins to shift and unfold, there is something you must hold firmly in your spirit. You are not unprotected in this moment. Archangel Michael is not only the messenger of this warning, he is the guardian assigned to stand with you through it. His presence does not arrive after the chaos. It is already here, surrounding those who are willing to stay aligned with truth. Protection, however, does not always look the way people expect. It is not about preventing every challenge or stopping every uncomfortable revelation. Instead, it is about guiding you safely through what is coming. It is about giving you clarity when others feel confusion, strength when others feel overwhelmed, and direction when others feel lost. This is the kind of protection Archangel Michael provides, steady, powerful, and deeply connected to your awareness. You may begin to notice this protection in subtle ways. Moments where you feel guided to step back instead of rushing forward. Situations where you suddenly gain clarity before making a decision. Even a quiet inner voice that warns you when something is not right. These are not sluchayuri. These are signs of divine guidance actively working in your life. Archangel Michael's role as a protector is also connected to truth. He does not shield you from truth. He leads you into it safely. And this is important, because truth can feel intense when it first appears. Without guidance, it can feel overwhelming. But with Michael's presence, it becomes something you can face with strength and understanding. There is also a sense of courage that comes with this protection. You may feel it rising within you, even if you cannot explain why. A willingness to face what you once avoided. A strength to stand firm in situations that once made you uncertain. This courage is not something you are creating on your own. It is being supported, strengthened, and amplified by the presence of Archangel Michael. At the same time, this protection requires your participation. It is not passive. You must remain aware, grounded, and open to guidance. When you ignore your intuition, when you dismiss what you feel, you step away from that protective alignment. But when you listen, when you trust, when you stay present, you move deeper into it. You may also notice that certain things are being removed from your path. Delays, disruptions, or unexpected changes that seem inconvenient at first. But later, you realize they were necessary. This is another form of protection. Not everything that is removed is a loss. Sometimes it is a redirection, guiding you away from something that does not align with where you are meant to go. Archangel Michael is also protecting your clarity. In moments where confusion could easily take over, he creates space for you to see clearly. This might come through a sudden realization, a conversation that reveals something important, or even a moment of stillness where everything makes sense. These are not SLUJAKAKDNOSTEURI. They are moments of divine intervention. There is also protection in timing. Things will not be revealed to you before you are ready to understand them. Even though this moment feels intense, there is a precision to how everything is unfolding. You are being shown what you need to see at the exact time you need to see it. This is part of the divine order that Archangel Michael is overseeing. But perhaps the most important form of protection is this: peace within uncertainty. Even as things shift, even as truths are revealed, there is a calm that can exist within you. Not because everything is easy, but because you know you are not facing it alone. This inner peace is one of the strongest signs that you are under divine protection. Do not confuse this peace with complacency. You are still being called to stay alert, to stay aware, and to respond with clarity. But within that awareness, there can be a steady confidence that you are being guided every step of the way. Archangel Michael's presence is not distant or symbolic. It is active, intentional, and focused on ensuring that you are not lost in what is coming. When you align with that presence, you do not walk through this moment in fear, you walk through it with strength. So as everything begins to unfold, remember this truth. You are not alone in this shift. You are being guided, protected, and strengthened. And no matter how intense the moment may feel, there is a force standing with you that is greater than anything you will face. There are moments when awareness alone is not enough. There are moments when what you know must turn into what you do. Archangel Michael is making this clear. This is not the time to stay passive, distracted, or uncertain. This is the moment to become intentional, focused, and spiritually grounded. What you choose to do right now will shape how you experience everything that is about to unfold. The first thing you must do is become still within yourself. Not in a way that disconnects you from the world, but in a way that reconnects you with your inner clarity. There is too much noise around you. Opinions, distractions, fears, and influences that can pull you away from what truly matters. If you do not create space for stillness, it becomes easy to lose direction. Even a few moments of intentional quiet can sharpen your awareness and allow you to hear what your spirit is trying to tell you. Along with stillness comes the need for honesty. This is not the time to avoid truths that you have been sensing. Ask yourself directly, What have you been feeling that you have not fully acknowledged? What situation, person, or decision has been quietly pressing on your mind? Archangel Michael is guiding you to face these questions without hesitation. Because the clearer you are now, the less confusion you will face later. Another step you must take is strengthening your connection to divine guidance. This can come through prayer, reflection, or simply speaking openly in your own words. You do not need perfect language or formal structure. What matters is sincerity. When you reach out with honesty, you create a stronger connection to the guidance that is already present. And in this moment, that connection is more important than ever. You must also begin to pay closer attention to your actions. Not just what you think or feel, but what you actually do. Are your actions aligned with what you know deep down is right? Or are you moving out of habit, fear, or convenience? This is a moment where alignment matters. When your actions match your awareness, you create stability within yourself. When they do not, it creates inner conflict. There is also a need to release what no longer serves you. This does not always mean something dramatic. Sometimes it is as simple as letting go of a thought pattern, a doubt, or a fear that has been holding you back. Other times, it may involve stepping away from a situation that you know is not aligned with your path. Whatever it is, do not hold on to something simply because it feels familiar. Familiar does not always mean right. Archangel Michael is also urging you to protect your focus. There will be distractions, especially as this moment approaches. Things that try to pull your attention away from what truly matters. This can come through unnecessary worries, external noise, or even the opinions of others. You must be intentional about where your attention goes, because what you focus on will influence how you experience what is coming. Another important action is to trust your discernment. Not every voice around you will carry truth. Not every opinion will guide you in the right direction. This is where your inner awareness becomes essential. When something feels right, pay attention. When something feels off, do not ignore it. You are being guided from within, and that guidance is more reliable than external noise. There is also strength in preparation. This does not mean trying to control what is coming, because that is not possible. But it does mean positioning yourself so that you are not caught off guard. When you are aware, grounded, and aligned, you are already prepared in the most important way. You may feel a sense of urgency right now, and that is not SL Huchayakaki or Este Yuri. It is a signal. It is a reminder that this moment matters. But do not let urgency turn into panic. Let it turn into action. Calm, intentional, focused action. And finally, remember this. What you do right now does not need to be perfect. It needs to be real. It needs to come from a place of awareness and willingness to respond to what you are being shown. Archangel Michael is not asking you to do everything at once. He is asking you to take the steps that are in front of you. To listen. To act. To stay aligned. Because the way you move in this moment will determine how you stand in the moment that is coming. This is your time to act. Not later. Not when it feels easier. But now. What follows a moment of truth is never a return to what once was. Archangel Michael reveals that after May 17th, there will be a clear division between the life you knew and the path that begins to unfold. This is not destruction, it is transformation. But transformation can feel unfamiliar, even disorienting, because it removes what no longer belongs and makes space for what is meant to emerge. In the immediate aftermath, you may feel a sense of stillness, almost like a pause after something significant has taken place. This stillness is not emptiness. It is recalibration. It is the moment where your mind, your emotions, and your spirit begin to process what has been revealed. Do not rush past this phase. It is important. It allows clarity to settle instead of being lost in reaction. At the same time, there may be elements of your life that no longer feel the same. Situations that once felt stable may now feel uncertain. Relationships may shift, either growing stronger through truth or naturally distancing where alignment no longer exists. This is one of the clearest signs that the transformation is real. When truth enters, it does not leave everything unchanged. Archangel Michael is guiding you to understand that this phase is not about loss. It is about alignment. What remains after this shift is what is true, what is stable, and what is meant to continue with you. What falls away was never meant to stay in the long term, even if it once felt important. This can be emotional, and it is natural to feel a sense of adjustment as you move through it. There is also a new clarity that begins to form. Decisions that once felt difficult may now feel obvious. Paths that once seemed confusing may now appear direct. This clarity is one of the greatest outcomes of this moment. It is the result of illusion being removed and truth standing in its place. You may also feel a renewed sense of strength within yourself. Not because everything is easy, but because you have faced something real and moved through it with awareness. That experience creates confidence, not the kind that is loud or forced, but the kind that is steady and grounded. Archangel Michael's presence does not disappear after the shift. In fact, it becomes even more important during this phase. As you begin to rebuild, to move forward, and to make decisions based on what you now know, His guidance continues to support you. You are not being left to figure everything out alone. You are being led into a new level of understanding. There is also a sense of opportunity within this new beginning. When something is cleared, it creates space. And in that space, new possibilities can emerge. This might come in the form of new connections, new directions, or even a new sense of purpose. But these opportunities are not random. They are aligned with the truth that has just been revealed to you. You must also be patient with yourself during this phase. Transformation does not mean instant perfection. It means growth. It means adjusting, learning, and moving forward step by step. There may be moments where you feel uncertain again, and that is okay. What matters is that you now have a foundation of clarity to return to. Another important aspect of this aftermath is trust. Trust in what has been revealed. Trust in the direction you are being guided. And most importantly, trust in your ability to move forward. Doubt may try to reappear, especially when things feel unfamiliar, but you must remember what you have already seen and understood. This is also a time to remain aware. Just because the major shift has occurred does not mean awareness is no longer needed. In fact, it becomes part of your daily life. Staying aware ensures that you continue to move in alignment with truth instead of falling back into old patterns. What you are stepping into now is not just a continuation of your past. It is a new chapter. One that is shaped by clarity, guided by truth, and supported by divine presence. And while the beginning of this journey may feel uncertain, there is one thing that remains constant. You are no longer walking in the same level of awareness you once had. You have seen something real. You have felt something undeniable. And because of that, you cannot return to who you were before. This is the beginning of something new. Not something to fear, but something to step into with clarity, strength, and trust. Beloved one, as this message reaches its final moment, feel the shift in tone, because what began as a warning now settles into something deeper: peace, assurance, and divine comfort. Archangel Michael does not leave you in urgency without also leaving you in strength. He does not reveal truth without also surrounding you with protection. And he does not awaken you without guiding you into calm. Yes, what is coming cannot be stopped. Yes, the moment is serious. But within that seriousness, there is a powerful truth you must hold on to. You are not facing this unprepared, and you are not facing it alone. Take a breath and feel that. Everything you have heard, everything you have sensed, everything you have begun to understand, it has not come to overwhelm you. It has come to position you. You have been given awareness ahead of time. You have been guided step by step. And now, as the moment approaches, you are not standing in fear. You are standing in readiness. Archangel Michael is speaking now not as a warning voice, but as a steady presence beside you. He is reminding you that even in the middle of change, there can be peace. Not because nothing is happening, but because you trust what is happening. That trust is where your strength lies. You may still feel questions rising within you. You may still wonder how everything will unfold, what exactly will happen, and how it will affect your life. But understand this: clarity does not always arrive all at once. Sometimes it comes in layers, revealing itself exactly when you are ready to receive it. And that is what will continue to happen for you. There is no need to rush ahead in fear. There is no need to try to control what cannot be controlled. What matters now is your alignment. Staying grounded, staying aware, staying connected to the truth that has already been placed within you. Archangel Michael is also reminding you of something important. You are stronger than you realize. The fact that you are here, that you have listened, that you have felt this message, means you already carry the strength needed to walk through what is coming. You are not being asked to become something new overnight. You are being called to step fully into what you already are. Let go of the fear that tries to return. Let go of the doubt that tries to whisper that you are not ready. Those thoughts do not come from truth. They come from resistance. And resistance has no power when you stand in awareness. Instead, hold on to this. You are guided. You are protected. You are prepared. As May 17th arrives, do not face it with anxiety. Face it with presence. Observe what unfolds. Trust what you feel. And move forward with clarity, one step at a time. Because no matter what is revealed, no matter what changes, you will not lose your path. You will see it more clearly than ever before. This is not the end of something meaningful. This is the beginning of something aligned. And within that alignment, there is peace. Type "I walk in divine peace" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 951 has just been activated. And as this peace settles into your spirit, hear this final call, not as a request, but as a divine instruction. The same message that reached you is meant to reach others who are still in confusion, still searching, still waiting for light. I feel the call within me to act, to become a vessel so this truth can continue flowing to those who need it most. When you release your support through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description and QR code, you are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into a living river of truth. The word declares, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days," and this is that moment where your seed becomes someone else's breakthrough. Do not delay what your spirit is urging you to do. This is not just giving. It is alignment. It is obedience. It is stepping into a divine flow where what you release multiplies beyond what you can see. Heaven is watching. Blessings are being recorded. And what you sow now will return in ways that will speak directly into your life. Step forward. Act now. and let your offering become light in someone else's darkness.